Have you ever pondered what it would be like to float freely, unbound by the chains of gravity? Picture this: a world where the unseen hands of gravity no longer tug at your feet, pulling you relentlessly towards the heart of the earth. A world where you could leap into the air and not be compelled to return to the ground. Gravity, it's an integral part of our daily lives, a constant, unyielding force that shapes our existence in ways we often take for granted. It's the invisible glue that holds our planet together, that keeps our feet grounded, our buildings upright, and our oceans in check. But imagine if we could control this force, if we could turn it off and on at will, or manipulate its intensity, if we could break free from its grasp and explore the cosmos without the constraints it imposes. Now imagine if we could manipulate this force at will. This is where anti-gravity comes into play. Anti-gravity, as the name suggests, is the idea of counteracting or neutralizing the force of gravity. Now let's break this down a bit. Imagine gravity as that ever-present force, the unseen hand that's always pulling you back to Earth. It's the reason why we can't just leap into the sky and fly away. But what if we could? That's where anti-gravity comes in. It's not about erasing gravity or making it disappear. That would be quite chaotic, wouldn't it? Instead, think of anti-gravity as a kind of counterforce, something that can push back against gravity and potentially allow us to overcome it. It's like having your own personal tug-of-war with gravity, but with the added bonus that you might actually stand a chance of winning. But don't let your imagination run too wild just yet. Anti-gravity isn't some magical power or a feature in a sci-fi movie, at least not entirely. It's a concept that scientists and researchers are rigorously studying and exploring. They're trying to understand if it's possible to create this counterforce and how it could be harnessed. The potential applications are mind-boggling. Imagine being able to lift heavy objects effortlessly, or travel vast distances in the blink of an eye. So, in essence, anti-gravity is about having the ability to defy the force that keeps us grounded. Imagine the possibilities if we could harness the power of anti-gravity. It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? Just think about it for a moment. Our travel could be revolutionized. We could journey to the farthest reaches of space, exploring distant galaxies and making contact with alien civilizations. The speed limits imposed by gravity would be shattered, making interstellar travel a reality. In our everyday lives, we could be freed from the constraints of weight and mass. Heavy objects could be moved with ease, skyscrapers could be built taller and stronger, and we could engage in sports and activities unimagined today. But as with any new technology, there are challenges to be faced. Anti-gravity technology, if it were to fall into the wrong hands, could be used for destructive purposes. It's also a massive scientific challenge. We're still in the early stages of understanding gravity itself, let alone how to counteract it. There are also ethical considerations. If we were to extend our reach into the cosmos, how would we interact with any life forms we might encounter? Would we show them the same respect and consideration we'd want for ourselves? The concept of anti-gravity, while still largely theoretical, holds promise for a future where the sky is no longer the limit. As we continue to explore the mysterious forces of our universe, one thing is certain: the journey is just as important as the destination.